G'day folks, welcome to this live playthrough of Vietnam 65. This is a PC game published by Slitherine games in 2015. It's a fairly light hex-based war game. It could very well be ported to a board game, and in fact I don't know if it is actually based on a board game. If anyone knows, please let me know. The situation here is I am 15 turns into this 45 turn game. I have tried to turn the volume right down whilst maintaining a little bit of that background chatter that you might be able to hear associated with the game. I've played this a couple of times and I haven't been doing very well, but this particular play is going decently. I'm currently just above the 50 victory point draw, basically. This starts on 50, and as you win the hearts and minds of the local population, this goes up. To win the game, I need to secure somewhere between 51 and 60 victory points for a victory. An overwhelming victory is, I think, 60 or more. And as you can see, I'm slowly kind of pushing it up, some little bits of adversity along the way. The previous games I've played, I kind of learning the tactics and learning what to do, and I've struggled, and this has been brought quite quickly below 50. Let me show you. This is the intelligence map. It shows you an overview, basically, of the game, the board that we're playing over. This is my main base out on the right. And then you can see sort of the area. I don't know if this is quite called areas of control, but area of, I guess, line of sight, in effect. You can see I have some green berets down here. I have some regular infantry scattered throughout the board, and I think I have some infantry back here as well. The way the game works is, let me show you the map. You'll have, this is my base here. You'll start here with a couple of Hueys and 3 of your infantry units, and you need to look around at the various Vietnamese villages around the map. They will sometimes show this little fire, and my understanding is this is kind of a signal for attention, and you need to rush your infantry in there to this village to deter the Viet Cong from coming into this area. And if you can get there, you gain a small boost to the hearts and minds of this particular village. Villages without a fire, my understanding is that you can go there, but they don't do anything. And if you defeat Viet Cong near a village, it results in a considerable boost to hearts and minds in that area. Defeating NVA, as these troops are, I might give a small boost to, I might find out in a minute because I'm about to attack with these guys. It shows you the combat odds, 75% chance, and various factors that influence that. I've got my ranges up here. Now there's two main types of infantry. You've got your regular infantry and your rangers, and I'll show you the base. So infantry here, green beret, sorry, not rangers. You can also purchase mechanized infantry here. The main difference is your combat infantry is mainly for fighting and defeating the enemy. Your rangers are for scouting. They can not be detected by NVA or Viet Cong troops, so they can move around the board. It's a hex-based board. And sort of find the enemy and then follow them, and then you bring your infantry on to directly attack them. And again, if they're close to the village, it results in a hearts and minds boost. Now it's a big board and movement is quite slow. So these guys, for example, they've finished their turn. Sorry. So this is 15 turns in. I've saved the game, just reloaded to show you how this all works. Movement is very low. Let me just see if there are any other. They move quite quickly along a road. It almost increases their movement allowance by 1, but you can see off-road, 1 into the jungle, 2 into the rough terrain. I don't know what it is. These guys have just been moving up towards this village up here. They just don't want to get in the way of this armoured unit. Yep, they're already moved. Okay, just like that. You can see their line of sight, very minimal. They're all focused on fighting, not much else. I've got a helicopter here. Now, one of the main elements of the game is supply. every unit has a supply limit, and as you can see, if I hover over this Delta Company of infantry, they have 2 out of 5 supply. There's basically 2 turns left out of 5 turns maximum of supply. One of the great advantages of the Green Berets, as you can see, is they have up to 8 turns of supply, so they can keep moving throughout the jungle and scouting the Viet Cong NVA for much longer. When you need to resupply your troops, as these guys are in need of now, you can grab a helicopter, click the little supply button, and send it where you want it. So I need to resupply these guys. I click down here. As you're doing so, the enemy has an opportunity. Here we go, so they're picking up. I've just clicked there. Enemy has an opportunity to RPG fire my my airborne units. So this is a bad idea, but I want to show you how this works. They need to be resupplied anyway. So they've taken a hit. They'll need to go back to base now to repair. And in doing so, the NVA has hit a Huey. They've caused a hit, and the hearts and minds of the local area has gone down. So there's less American support because of these American casualties in the area. Alright, let's just check if there are any other units. So I have your infantry and your units will sometimes take hits or wounds. If a unit takes 2 wounds, it's removed. But when they're unit, you can air transport them back to your home base, your main base. And if they rest there, they recover that wound. So these guys, I think, were way out here in this village, and they took a wound, and I sent out a Huey, actually maybe a Chinook. There are 2 main types of transport helicopters, the Hueys and the Chinooks. They are cheaper, but they have about a half a range. Chinooks are almost twice expensive, but their range is almost twice as much. And these are often much more convenient for sending supplies out, bringing the helicopter back. I'll play through and I'll show you more about how this works. They are trying to come back to base. Now units, when they're running low on supplies, you saw they have a little blue icon. The Hueys and helicopters, Chinooks, they also have a supply limit, so these Hueys can stay out for 4 turns. Critically, if a unit runs out of supply, if they spend their 4 turns and head into a 5th, they die. They're eliminated from the game, and these are expensive units. The Chinook in particular is, let me show you again the cost to buy this, 4,200. Well, now, when I say cost, that's another element of the game. You have a supply of political points, and this goes up and down throughout the game depending on what you're doing. Basically, you need to hunt and destroy enemy units to increase your political points. And if you don't do that, this gradually dwindles. I think it goes down about 250 per turn, and as you buy more troops, it goes down. I'm being very conservative because well, I want to make sure I've got things are under control in this area. The reason I've started this stream now is because I'm right at this point where things are starting to look good and I'm looking to expand. This is not a big map. Let me show you the intelligence map again. So this is Than An here, close to my base. I'm thinking about now pushing slightly west to Dochi and Plei Pen Lan. These are still quite dangerous. The way the enemy works, the NVA side, is they also generate points based on destroying my units, having influence in these villages, and when they accumulate these points, they start running missions. This all happens kind of behind the scenes. You don't see any of this stuff happening until you move your infantry or your Green Berets closer. I kind of want to move these guys out to the middle, and in fact I probably need some more Green Berets because I've only got the 1 Green Beret scouting this area. Now these guys down here are on their way to this town. You can see how slow it's going to take them to move. This is where the Hueys become really helpful. They can pick these units up and drop them in open area. Terrain is pretty important for, mainly in my experience, for movement costs and picking up and dropping off units. The helicopters obviously can only pick up units in clear terrain. They can't pick up units in the jungle. So if they suffer a hit here, the infantry, they'll have to move out to clear terrain before they can be picked up. Okay, so that's everything done. My armoured unit needs to... he's got 2 turns left, so that's not an army unit, it's an engineer unit. Engineers can do little things like clearing forest, the jungle. They can build roads, as you can see here. I built this road to try to get this armoured unit up to the front a bit more quickly. They can also establish, actually what I'm going to do with them in a moment, is establish forward fire bases and forward bases. So there's a fire base and a forward base. The main difference is fire bases can help you supply units, but they can't heal units. What else? Various other little bits and pieces. Whereas a new forward base does a lot. You get a warning that some units have no orders. It's just an infantry that are going to heal. So we click twice. Enemy forces mobilizing. We get an overview of the map. We know what's happening. There's sort of an overview activity report, 3 Vietcong cadres, 3 NVA units and 1 NVA base. And this NVA base is critical. We really need to hunt that down and destroy it. Alright, so the campfire's been lit here again. This helicopter needs to return to base to repair. These engineers have low supply. Now look, I could just get a Huey or a Chinook and ferry those supplies out to them. They're going to return home. They're running low on supply. They're going to return home. 1 turn left. And yeah, armoured units have 6 turns of supply. They've just left that town and are just out of reach. Armoured units have very low visibility. They can only see units in their hex. So not very good with spotting. There are other little things you can do as well. So the NVA will lay landmines in an area. They move the infantry and lay landmines. You can, with some of your units, try to detect those landmines. If you don't, and you walk into an area that's been mined, your units may suffer a hit, and it reduces the hearts and minds of the area. Alright, let's get these ranges up. I would also like, I think, a new Huey or even a new Chinook. There's a question about what to do with these engineers. They move quite rapidly, so I think they can make their own way to the front. Yeah, bring that back. Yeah, so the Huey is refueling, this Huey is repairing. I do have some infantry here who have now healed, and a howitzer which has been sitting there for 15 turns, and more experienced players would have probably moved this out to the front and established that forward base much sooner than I have. Okay, let's see what other units haven't moved yet. That's a helicopter in base repairing. That's a helicopter refueling. Alright. Now these guys have been refueled, so they can start moving on, and they are going to establish that forward base somewhere in this vicinity. I don't exactly know where yet. It would be nice to have it sort of 2 Huey lengths away from my main base. Okay, so when I've built my forward base, I can move these rangers into that base, and they can train ARVN units from that base. So that's another thing I need to do. And again, experienced players will probably get this done much earlier.
Some units have no orders.
Okay, so bit of supply concern out here. Okay, RPGs from the north. And now they're damaged. So now my attention is divided between needing to supply these units, needing to get into these villages, and needing to kill these VC cadres. So I'll focus on them first. I took a hit, which is not good, but eliminated them. Moving the green berets up. Some more VCs, so again they can sort of just scout them and they won't be detected. I need to move this infantry up as well. This is not an effective way to move them up. Okay, Chinook will supply. I think their range is around about here, so let's supply that railroad company out there. And maybe once they've moved into that village, we can pick them up. Notice no RPGs on the Vietcong. Huey will pick up that recovered infantry, and we might just send them up north. So we click to drop them off right next to that village. And then we can select the infantry and move in. You can see a slight increase in hearts and minds. And the flag shows the last known, I think, sentiment of the village. Now, two options here. I could pick up the howitzer and start bringing up towards that forward base, but I know I'm going to face some other supply problems. They've got 3 left, they've got 3 left. And I'm thinking I might just supply them now, so I'm not running into the same problems I had last turn. They're not going to make it this turn, they will make it next turn when that unit has 2 supply left. It's always important to keep ahead of supply. It's one of the main reasons why I lost the last 2 games. I was running out of supply, so I tried to buy more Hueys, and then I was running out of political points. And again, I'm not demonstrating the best tactics. This is not necessarily the best way to play this game. This is still very much me learning, and to a large extent figuring out what all these units do. Okay, and we're back to base. Okay, notice the hearts and minds went up and political points went up because I successfully defended against that VC attack. Okay. You can also get, if you look at the intelligence report, these things they show last historical VC contacts. This is active enemy units and last known positions, so you can see around this area here. So let's get these guys supplied. So you can see the supplies drop off. They now have back up to 8 turns again. Let's try and found them. Alright, these guys wounded and in need of resupply. Let's resupply them first. I'd like to get into this village. Okay, so that's another thing. So when you move into bases, you gain intelligence. So now I know where their base is, and I've got some armoured units and some infantry on the way. But these guys are going to come home. Oh, they can't. They're in a village. That's okay. Yeah. So again, they need to be in the open. This unit's on the way. Huey here. He's going to move up to resupply these guys next turn. Had I resupplied them first, they would have been in range, which would have been smarter. Okay, that Huey returning to base. Yep, already on their way. Infantry here. Look, let's pick him up and take him out with the Huey. Alright, Huey will drop them off right next to that village. Just saves them a turn. It's risky, of course. But I know this Huey has enough supply. Village was uncooperative. Alright, armoured unit. Engineers. Moving down to establish a forward base somewhere. Oh, okay. Really need supply out this area. I think it's time I bought another Chinook. We've got a supply mission. Let's supply that armour. Ah. And this is something I haven't encountered before. This is the first armoured unit I bought. So I can't supply my armour from the air. I'm guessing that armour needs to move into a base. Which means I have to build this base quite quickly. Lucky I moved these engineers up. And I think I should be able to build a base somewhere around this area, move my army in there, and they'll be resupplied for next turn. Yep. Got to watch these political points, they dwindle down.
Low on supplies. Encountered minefield.
Ah, okay. Minefield. Yeah, so that's not good.
Activity in the region.
So that's what I'm aiming to destroy down here. They can attack, but again, relatively 50-50 chance, basically.
Some units have no orders.
Okay. What do we know now?
Supplies low.
There you go, back to base. Low supply.
Unit request resupply.
Alright, let's I might build this forward base. Maybe right here. I think that's just out of two Huey movement range. Let me just check the rules for bases. So yeah, engineers can build forward bases. They can repair units. They can refuel armor. There we go. That's what we needed. It gives me a bit of flexibility. So now they're armoured. I can use this Chinook to supply that unit. Oh,
Is under RPG fire. Our units are taking casualties. Embarking supplies.
now I can still fight with these units if I want. Again, if they take a second hit, they'll be eliminated. Picking these guys up and avoiding that NVA rocket if I can. Going the long way home. Alright. These guys will continue that supply drop to return home. And they will head in. They will just shadow that unit. Make sure there's no one else in there. Alright. This infantry here. They've been kind of moving between these villages here. I don't mind just holding them there for now. Now, can I bring my artillery finally up? No, both my Hueys are fueling, resupplying.
Some units have no orders.
Oh, that's alright, worked out well for me.
NVA squad moving in this area.
Alright, so we've got some enemy forces around here. It's a 50-50 chance. It's risky.
Low on supplies.
Let's do the kind of admin things first. Bring these troops back home. Get them fixed up. Get this Huey back.
Supply on this unit incoming.
I know I'm going to need some supplies up the front. These guys have got 4 turns left. Yeah, let's by the time they get up there, or I can move up here and get this forward base established. I think this looks like a good spot for it. Okay, how about there? Yeah. Okay, nice. So now I think I can bring these guys back to this forward base, and they should be able to repair. Oh, rockets out of the base. Take out the infantry first. Nice, political points. And bring them back just a little bit. Now, Huey will load up my artillery. And that'll be up to this forward base in 2 turns. Now, one more Huey. They might load up with supplies and head out towards... well, they've got 2 left. So up there. Okay, there's a fire lit down here, so this guy's... I can address that next turn if it's still going. Moving my infantry up. Okay, getting close to this NVA force here. They've taken a hit, so they're going to return back to the main base. And I'll stay there and spot. Alright, oh look at this. A lot of action near our base. Okay. And a wounded unit. Well, I think they can still... It's a risk. Yeah, okay. Excellent. You can see hearts and minds going up in that nearby village. Oh, we both lost. So that's not good. That's not good. I think it hurts me more than than the elimination of that unit helped. Alright, let's replace them. I don't like these dwindling political points. This is the trade-off. Gonna load up my infantry and move them straight out down here. That infantry will head in there, win the hearts and minds, head back out, and load back up, I think, if I can do that. No, they have to wait there. They'll wait their turn. That's the plan. They'll win hearts and minds, and then... I can't quite attack yet. But can my howitzer... Oops, did I drop it off? Ah, I don't think there's an undo button either. Okay, these guys being supplied. An RPG. And then back to base. Oh, without being supplied. My little mistakes. Okay, Chinook. Loading up on supplies again, because I think I'm going to need some supplies out here. That might be okay. Yeah. We'll get this ready. And we'll keep those Hueys there for now. Okay, so my engineers don't repair whilst they're in. Oh yep, they can repair themselves. Armoured unit here. They'll pull back towards the base a little bit, maybe even sit in the base, see what happens. Oh, okay. It looks like now that's got to be dropped off. Okay. Lots of hearts and minds, one over there. Let's move these rangers up here. They'll be able to scout this whole area out. I'm wondering if I can... how supplies work at this base. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Alright, return the Chinooks to base. Going to load up this infantry on this Chinook. And oh, head them out north. That's running low supply, so it's heading home.
Supplies low.
This helicopter. Ah, okay. Now I'm in trouble because I either lose the helicopter's not going to be able. Oh, it might be able to supply them, and then come back. I'm thinking, is it a choice between losing the helicopter out of supply or losing the infantry out of supply? I don't quite know what their. It just says high movement range. I don't quite know exactly what their movement range is, and just having the rulebook here with me, I don't know if it's kind of explicitly mentioned. So, infantry. Okay, well here's the thing: a Huey costs 2,500, infantry half that much. I think I'm going to have to sacrifice that infantry. It sucks as it does. Oh, here we go. This is their movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're just going to be. They're just going to be out. So we'll turn them to base. That's going to be some. Well, let's go hunting. Yeah, couldn't find anything. I'll move up. Armoured units now. Take them out, and that should win some hearts and minds. And I'll move into the village because the fire's on. And I think armoured units count for winning hearts and minds. Maybe you have to move infantry in. I don't know where they are. I can attack them with my artillery. And a huge hearts and minds boost because of that. Alright, that's nice. We have taken out their base. So they've got 4 cadres and 3 NVA units. And it looks like there's a cadre up here. Now I could clear a path through the forest here to make it easier to get my tanks up. 22 turns now over to 45, so 22 turns left. It'll probably take me about 20 turns to build this road. I'll probably do better things with those engineers, like keeping them set there doing nothing. Huey's now, that one in base. Might bring some supplies to people who need supplies. Maybe my rangers by the time they arrive. They'll stay there in base. Armoured unit will stay in base, and that's the end of the turn. Yes, I lost that unit up there. That was a bit silly. A little bit careless. Could have brought them supplies with my Chinook instead of sending that infantry up. You can see the fire lit down here, which I'll head towards to gain some hearts and minds. I'll check the jungle around here. It's all clear. Yeah, no new bases. I might bring my armour back to my base. I'd like to get some more troops out on that front. Might buy some infantry to replace the ones I lost. And I'll see. I think we can drop supplies at the base. And I'm not exactly sure how this works. As I said, I haven't been very good at building forward bases. But we'll see.
Some units have no orders.
Okay, Huey, drop some supplies here.
Supply mission commenced.
Now, did that just supply? I think maybe I just resupplied my engineers. We'll see if that Huey goes down. Let's put our rangers out in the front. These guys into the village. Okay, intel, good. It's too far away from my howitzer though. But I can pick up
Inbound to LZ.
this infantry and I'll ferry them straight out there. These guys are following the road to this fire over here. We'll get our
Supplies low.
Chinook to resupply. I've got a Huey here, and again they'll send out some supplies, keeping ahead of the schedule.
Embarking supplies.
It's going to take them a while to get there. Probably get it better to get a Chinook out there rather than that Huey, but they'll make it next time.
Unit request resupply.
They need resupply. Back to base
Some
and
units
end turn.
have no
So you can see the little blue icon where these units, when they have two turns or less of supply. Okay, so I've taken a hit there. Need to get these. Oh, they are. Okay, so these guys can now move to this forward base, and I think they can train.
training orbit.
Yeah, Arvin. I think it takes about three turns to train. I'd like to drop these guys out in the open. You can see when I click the drop zone, it highlights where I can drop, and they have to basically drop in the clear. And I'll bring that Chinook straight back to base. You can click straight over here, and they'll head straight back to base. These guys will move in there.
Uncooperative.
A little bit of a hearts and minds boost. Right, we'll continue with this mission to supply those units. And it's just an airdrop. They don't need to land in that village. It's different to picking up units. Now, I do have some helicopters. Select base, yeah.
Supply mission commenced.
So we'll see if this Chinook resupplies that base. And
Low on supplies.
they're low on supply, so I'll get my Huey to resupply those guys.
Resupply mission commenced.
And look, my hearts and minds are up to 55, so I'm doing pretty well, I think. It's a few silly mistakes, losing the infantry up north. Alright,
Some units have no orders.
yeah, so I'm going to see if they go down to
Some units have no orders.
2. Alright. No, so they retain their supply level whilst in that base. Doesn't go up to 4. Green Beret units don't. Let's use my armor. That's what they're here for, to run down these guys.
Unit is under RPG fire.
Oh,
Target eliminated. Need a resupply.
turn these guys to base. Alright, got a fire lit over here. We'll resupply these guys. Turn to base. And they can make that town.
Enemy ambush.
Ooh. Okay, so yeah, sometimes VCs lay ambush. I can do the same thing. I can lay an ambush. You click the little... I don't think they've already taken an action basically, so they can't do it. But let's say these guys over here. I don't know how this works. So I have to click it every turn.
Training orbit.
Yep, I'm training the oven. I don't know where that's tracked or when I know it's ready. It might disappear. Okay. Now I could I'll move these guys over here. There's a little fire over here, so they'll gain some hearts and minds there. Armoured unit. We'll stay there for now. Huey may as well come back. Actually, yeah, they'll come back. Get a full resupply from my main base. Armoured unit isn't doing a lot. Sorry, my engineers rather. But they've done a lot of work. They built this road through here, and they've just recently built their forward base. And of course drop those supplies off, which I should have done. So, this is my base. I don't know how to track supplies here. Engineers are fully supplied. Alpha companies, berets are fully supplied. Yeah, okay.
Some units have no orders.
Here we go. Let's get my tanks. Oh, that's not good. Took a hit there. Bring him back to base. Make up for it in here, please. Yep.
All clear in this sector.
Gonna move to this village up here. There's a little fire being lit, so they're happy. Hearts and Minds 1 down here. Where are my rangers? They're in base.
Low on
A lot of air units returning to base with low supply.
resupply.
See, 1 out of 4 there. They went a long way. 2 out of 4 there.
Unit ASAP.
3 out of 5, but they'll all sit here and rest. Getting my political points back up again, 7,500 political points. But again, all these units need resting, so I'm in no rush to buy anything right now. Now I suspect there's some NVA out here, but they're not the best unit to spot it with. It might be better instead to get some rangers, which I'll look at next turn. Okay.
Some units have no orders.
Okay, I don't think there's any kind of... That was the last contact there. So,
Unit
oh,
request
they're running a
supply.
bit low on supply. I'm going to need to get a Chinook out to them. Pronto. That doesn't, not going to stop them moving towards that base though. These guys are also down to 2 turns, and a Huey can reach them quite quickly. So you've got this constant supply. You can see I'm constantly feeding supplies to my units. Now I'm going to buy some Rangers, Green Beret, and load them up in a Huey,
Inbound to LZ.
and just get them out to the front. Maybe start searching this area around here. Or sorry, I suspected there were some guys up here. They're running a bit low on supply, so I might get them while I have a spare Huey.
Resupply mission commenced.
Alright, what else we got going on? Right, there's a fire out to the right. Let's send them over there to win some hearts and minds. Armoured unit will stay there. I I keep wondering about these armoured units and if they can win hearts and minds. I better double check that. Yeah, whenever infantry enter a village, the flag is updated to reflect the level. That just updates the level. Yeah, I can't find it. It's winning hearts and minds. Infantry enter a village that has a lit fire, so it can't be an armoured unit. So I'll leave that armoured unit there. They're in a good position in that forward base. Chinook down here could get some resupplies going for some units. start sending them there, but they may divert and go elsewhere. Alright, done. Arvin unit deployed. Okay, cool. Here they are. Nice. So they've got 5 turns to supply. Got my rangers. I might load my rangers up and take them back to base so they can heal. They are very expensive. I don't want them to take a second hit. So I'll resupply with this Chinook and then yeah, send them up. That's a loss of political points. So you can see the political points starting to dwindle. Going to drop the rangers right here. But I don't. I think. Oh, there they are. Back to base. Ah, that's a misclick. All right, let's attack these guys. Hearts and Minds over here. Yep, it's a nice boost. And some intel over here as well. Now, can my armor... That's an RPG location, so I don't want to send my my armoured units. We'll continue with that supply drop. Then we'll head out here. I'll grab my Green Berets. They have to move into the open again. They will pick up the Green Berets. And they're going to take them back to our main base to heal. You can see it was a little red cross icon to show it's a medical mission. Alright. Yeah, I thought, oh, there's their base. Okay. Took a hit to a Chinook, but found their base. These guys, very close to it. And how's my howitzer? Just in range. No effect. Alright, so we've got some more troops behind the lines here. Alright, let's get our engineers to repair our armour. Thank you. These guys will continue their supply mission, then return to base. They will win some hearts and minds here. Now I'm up to 57 hearts and minds now. Political points running a bit low, but alright, so my armour is now looking good. Indirect fire on them, just in range. Yeah, wiped it out. 59. So I'm heading towards an overwhelming victory despite all these little silly mistakes.
All units have been given orders.
Alright. Looking to turn, so I'm up to turn 30 now of 45. Yeah. We'll move those guys to there, win some hearts and minds. RPG, okay, so we've got Viet Cong over there, some more over there. They accidentally moved. They need to repair. They are coming home to bring back the wounded rangers. And they are low on supply. They'll have one more turn. Alright, nearly out of artillery ammunition.
Some units have no orders.
Oh.
Target eliminated. No new intel. NVA squad moving in this area.
Okay, so the further I get from my base, the harder it is. You can see these guys, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5. I need to get my engineers to resupply them. Yep, they're good. This is where Chinooks really come in handy, because they'll be able to make it there in 2 turns and then back in 2 turns. Political points creeping back up again. Village here, village here. I'll keep an eye on them. I've lost sight of the other guys. which is a problem. And there's an RPG squadron as well, so I don't want to get too close to this area, but I have to drop my Green Berets off somewhere where they'll be off. They'll probably be shot at here. No. Excellent. Alright, Green Berets, go find them. There they are. Alright. Bravo Company. Yeah, just short of the attack. Alright, so I've got some spotted over here, some spotted over here. We have some more NVA down here, I think they are. It's 3 out of the 6 on the board. One. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So we kind of got most of them spotted. And I'll move my armour up. Oh, minefield. That's that's not great. Well, they can be repaired. Next turn.
Some units have no orders. Our units are being ambushed. Our
Oh.
units are taking casualties.
Okay. They'll continue with their supply mission. And then return to main base. To let these guys push on. They will repair my armour. I don't know what happened there.
Initiating repair mission.
Okay, there we go.
Unit request supply ASAP. Data resupply on this unit ASAP.
Good, we've taken them out. Ah, some more over here. We'll move the Rangers to keep an eye on them. Again, can't be spotted. They can just keep an eye on them. Might be worth getting some more infantry.
Data resupply on this unit ASAP. Village uncooperative.
Another village down there. These guys desperately need supplies, so do I have a Chinook? I do. Well, when I say desperately, they've got 2 turns, but
Resupply mission.
it'll take 2 turns to get supplies out there.
Need a resupply.
They are going to be resupplied soon. They can attack again, but not great odds. So I just want to keep an eye on enemy forces. I will get some supplies ready, I think, for these guys.
Embarking supply.
Yeah, they'll make it in 2 turns. I think, I should always keep an eye on my supply situation first.
Some units have no orders. Our units are taking casualties.
Okay.
Enemy ambush.
Oh no, that's bad.
We've lost a unit.
So I lost a unit and the political points to go with it. And this village has just gone over to NVA. Hard to get way out here to the west. And there's no point supplying them anymore because they're... I may send that to... I may park here actually just for a turn. Continue with that supply mission. Hearts and Minds still looking okay. I'm on 59. Be nice to get to 60.
Running low.
They're running low.
Resupply mission commenced.
Basically, when they're on red, it's their last supply turn, and then they're in trouble. These guys would like to heal. Yeah. Going to buy some more infantry. Mount them up
Moving to LZ.
and send them out here.
Aircraft en route. Egressing LZ. Intel on RPG location.
Intel on RPG location. I can't see it, so it must just be... oh, that unit there, of course. Oh, I did not mean to do that.
Taking casualties.
Oh, that was a mistake. That was just a misclick. Okay. Armour. I know there's some units out here, but with their low low line of sight.
Some units have no orders. Some units have no orders. Need a resupply. Unit is under
Oh, jeez. Okay.
taking casualties.
Divert from that area. Um, these guys will move into the open, then they'll be picked up. They're wounded. So the idea here is return them back to base where they can heal. I could pick these guys up. Just bring them a bit closer to the front. This Huey's got 3 turns of supply, so and then they'll pick up this wounded Green Berets on the way back. How are they going? 3 turns of supply left. There's a lot of sitting around. That's okay.
Unit requests resupply. Some units have no orders.
Alright, 10 turns left. Try and get this up to 60. Let's move these guys into the town.
Be advised of possible ambush in vicinity.
Ooh, an ambush in vicinity. I don't know how to deal with that. It's my armor to attack these guys sitting right next to me.
Target eliminated. New intel.
Alright, back up to 59. Okay, some guys down here will grab these hearts and minds. Oh, okay, it's just so hard to catch up to them. I know they're there, but they won't be next turn.
Low on supplies.
Oh, they're low. They can make it back to base.
Low on supplies.
Green Berets back to base.
Running low.
They will drop off. Might send it over this base. I can make it this turn.
Egressing LZ. Moving to LZ.
And pick up these guys on the way back. Ooh, they are 2 turns off supply.
NVA activity in the region.
NVA activity in the region. Okay,
Need a resupply.
they might walk back to base. They will follow the road to that Hearts and Mind over here. I keep calling it the Hearts and Mind, the fire.
Ammo low.
Ammo is low, but these guys are way out there in the open.
Fire mission commencing.
Bit of rain. Not going to save them. Yes, and look at that. Up to 60 now. With some nice political points up my sleeve. Can I just hold it at that point? Yeah.
Some units have no orders.
So these guys, I think, are going to have to pull. Wee, 1 turn of supply left. There's a base. Okay, I think my artillery is just out of range.
Low on ammo.
Yep. Let's send in the tanks. And some regular infantry.
Low on supplies.
Yep. They can't make it back to base. Got this turn and then one more turn after this where they...
Low on supplies.
Can they get a lift, please?
Supplies low.
They're low as well. Alright, let's... And this is a Huey. Last turn left. They make it. Alright.
Pre-supply mission commenced.
Let's send a Chinook out with some supplies. I've got this other Chinook sitting out...
Pre-supply mission commenced.
yeah, they'll make it. Sitting here, not doing anything. Just kind of waiting with a box of supplies. Maybe...
Resupplying with
Yeah, see, they've gone. There they are. Hello.
unit taking
Oh, no. Still at 60. Okay, we've got two things down here I can deal with. Huey, okay, Green Berets are ready to go.
some units have no orders. Running low.
We'll finish that supply mission. Turn them to base. And these guys will move to the fire to secure some hearts and minds. And some new intel. I don't know what we've learnt, but these guys will pick up those Green Berets before they both die. And they'll bring them back to base, saving both their lives. Alright, this Huey is going back to base. This one will pick up those other Green Berets in base, the healthy ones. And they want to be in position to scout, so we're seeing some Viet Cong around this area. Can they complete their supply mission without being shot at? No, of course, there's a base there. That was a bit silly. These guys though are moving on the base. These guys will move on the base. Maybe I should have taken the base out first. Maybe not. Alright, let's get that other Chinook to supply
Embarking supplies.
just out of our base RPG range. And they're almost out of artillery. And they've got no one to shoot at. Can they go and repair that tank? Alright.
Running low.
I might set up these guys in a halfway position between these two villages to grab those hearts and minds when available. I might just creep a little bit further. And we're done.
Supplies low.
Their supply is low. Okay.
Initiating repair mission.
Okay, maybe I'll take out this first. Oh, sorry, I've already done that.
Some units have no orders.
Okay. Now I've dropped down to 59 hearts and minds again. Let's take out this village.
Unit
Damn
taking hit.
it. Come on. Got it. That pushes me back up to 60 again. It was costly.
Initiating repair mission.
Alright, got some repairs going on. Hopefully this Chinook can make it back safely without being RPG'd. Yep. This one too. Should be okay. This one, I know there's some guys. There's got to be some enemy troops. They're right next to where I land, of course.
Are taking casualties.
I didn't want to go any further than that. That's where they were. Yeah, I see you. They're going to return home. They are just out of range now, of course. Alright, there's a fire over here. They'll move there, grab those huts and mines. They're on their way home. What do we got?
Inbound to L.
Alright, let's pick up these rangers. They've recovered, they're back up full strength. Back to the front.
Low on supplies.
And back to base to get their supplies back up. They are gone. Again, I've said this a couple of times. Do your supply first, otherwise you lose your troops. That's exactly what's going to happen there.
Some units have no orders.
They will die.
Units will run out of supplies.
Oh no, that's two. Oh no. Oh no.
Taking casualties.
Just 2 units in one turn. They've now taken casualties. They're running low on fuel.
Supplies low.
I know there's some guys here. Where are they? Come on, Rangers, find them.
Low on supplies. Aircraft en route.
Alright, getting these Rangers to move to this area over here. There's got to be some troops around here somewhere. Alright, they're close to this fire here, so they'll grab some hearts and mines. They're low on supplies. They can make it back to base. They have moved this turn. What do we got in base? We've got this healthy Chinook. Nothing to move. Let's get some supplies to the front. Who's running low? 3, 5. Get towards these guys. There's a risk of RPGs in this area. I'm aware of that. I've also got these things down here. Maybe it's worth getting some more infantry. I've just lost 2. Loading up that infantry. And hoping there's no RPG down here. Alright, so these are fresh reinforcements moving in to secure the hearts and mines of the area. They secure hearts and mines, some intel, go back out, and next turn they'll load back up the Huey, and they might head out here. There's two fires here, one here, one here. I can grab some hearts and mines over there. Yeah, they'll stay there. Oh, I don't know what the tank's doing. One fuel left.
Refueling vehicle. Some units have no orders. Enemy ambush.
Ah, got him.
Enemy neutralized. NVA activity in the region. Supplies low. Refueling vehicle.
Excellent. They are refueled. They. Alright. Supplies first. How many times have I said it?
Running low.
They have to get back. They can grab those hearts and mines. They have 2 supply left, so they're okay. Ooh. Who is desperate for supply? 2 out of 5. Got those troops there. This Huey needs to get back home. Those engineers need to get out of there. That tank can't move very far, but yeah, it's RPG. I might move these guys down towards these southern 2 villages. There's a fire here and a fire here.
Supplies low.
They are running low on supplies, so let's get this. Let's pull them back. Oh wait, there's a village there. Oh well. Contact. Okay. My tank can take care of them.
Unit is under RPG fire.
Got him. That gives me some political points.
Activity in the region.
Yeah, watching for those guys. Some supply needed up there. And I have a Chinook, and it's a 1-turn journey. And I'll start to head back home.
Some units have no orders.
Alright. What have we got going on?
Running low.
They are running low. We can take 17% chance. What are they? Why is that? Rain into rain? Tanks, however, can't make it this turn.
Need to resupply on this unit ASAP.
They definitely need to resupply. They're just rangers, of course. They can't grab an area.
Low on supplies. Moving to LZ.
get some supplies up to the front, I think.
Embarking supplies. Some units have no orders.
Oh,
Taking hits.
I thought they were rangers. I thought they couldn't be spotted. Maybe they are rangers. Green berets.
Village uncooperative.
Okay. Oh, they're green berets. They can't.
Low on supplies. Low on supplies. Low on supplies. Low on supplies. Need to resupply on this unit ASAP.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trouble when all your air units start running out of supply. I don't know why they were spotted. But anyway, it's done. Got my rangers way too far to the south. I want to pick those rangers up and take them home to heal them.
Units have no orders.
Alright, so we've got some guys up here.
Low on supplies. Unit taking hits.
Ah, that was not good.
Supplies low. Need to resupply on this unit ASAP. Need a resupply. Intel on RPG location.
Okay, got some intel over there. They have 1 turn of supply, so I might use a Huey can make it in
Embarking
next turn. That'll be fine. These guys. Oh, okay.
units are taking casualties.
So we've got 2 enemy units in here in this area here.
Resupply mission commenced.
Get that Chinook to race supplies up to the front. Might bring. Is it worth bringing the armor back here? This is where using those engineers to clear the forest comes in handy.
Need a resupply.
What I wanted to do is pick these. Oh, they can't. Just have to walk it back. My army units away. They're in need of resupply. Yep. A lot of units suddenly needing resupply.
Some units have no orders. Need a resupply on this unit ASAP. Intel on RPG location.
Alright, let's try and keep close to these guys. Maybe they'll attack me.
Supplies low.
And we've got a Huey needing supply to... Oh, they're not going to make it in time. Maybe they'll make that unit. Need to send this Chinook out to these guys, I think. Oh, they can make them. Oh, no. Oh, that's my first Huey. That's a huge hearts and minds loss. And these guys are in trouble because they're out of political points. Okay, can my other Chinook supply those guys?
Embarking supplies.
Are you going to make it? Of course, it's will the RPG shoot again? No. Good.
Supplies low.
They will supply.
Resupply mission commenced.
Gee, this is risky. Alright, these guys. Oh, hearts and minds down to... Oh, another base! Where'd that come from? Okay, got troops in the area. Come on, Bravo Company. It's your job. Finish them off. It's 50-50. Yeah, okay. Oh, that was good. Okay, let's find these NVA. They're somewhere around here. See all these wounded green berets up here. Maybe I can kill these guys. 67%. It's good. Oh, they've done. Okay.
Data resupply on this unit ASAP.
All right. Done there.
No orders.
Okay. They're at full supply. I've lost sight of... These guys need to return home. These are such valuable helicopters. And I know there was some Where are they?
Unit requests resupply.
They've gone. This is scary. Alright, this unit wants to get home. They made it. Alright, what else we got going on? They're out of supply. They're their priority for supply. Got Huey.
Resupply mission commenced.
Here we go. Can they make it in time?
Unit
Oh,
RPG fire. Our units are taking casualties.
okay.
Low on supplies.
They're going to drop supplies. This is just silly.
Resupply mission commenced.
Load them up. No, you can't. Next turn they load it up. Okay. Chinook. Let's get some supplies out to... Oh, these green berets. Oh, there's an RPG out there. This is the thing, you kind of you're thinking, all these units need supply, I've got to get supplies out there. Of course, there's enemies out there as well.
Low on supplies.
They might supply the... Oh, I've got low supply here. Who else needs supplying? I might send that helicopter. I know there's an RPG here. Hopefully it's not gonna shoot at me. Yeah, they can keep operating.
Some units have no orders.
What have we got? That's the end. Oh, so I was 58. I was so short. So that's an American victory, but yeah, I was 2 hearts and minds points short of what is it called? A overwhelming victory, a decisive US victory, and that was due to very clumsy mistakes, which you may have seen. So that is Vietnam 65. I've got 1 medal, which I don't know what it was for. Alright guys, that's yeah, Vietnam 65, Slitherine Games, published 2015. When this first came out I said, yeah, I'll get that. And it's just, it's taken me a long time to finally get to. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. It's currently on Steam, so you can purchase it from there or from Slitherine Direct.